What is personal injury?
Personal injury law allows people to put their lives back together. When you end up in car accident, victim of a slip and fall, or perhaps the victim of someone else's poor decision, even medical malpractice, you need somebody to fight for you. And personal injury has given me an opportunity to help so many people, help them get lost wages back, help them get their medical bills paid when they didn't know what was going to happen, how they were going to be able to afford it, and of course get compensation as well for what they went through.
Why did you become an attorney?
On some level, I think I've always wanted to be an attorney. I'm not going to go into politics, but when I was like 10 years old, my mom says that I was watching the presidential conventions. I was a weird 10-year-old kid. And she asked me if I wanted to be president, but I said, no, I wouldn't mind being governor. So I've always had an interest in law, in public service. And then my grandfather was a teacher, taught history and government, and I followed in those footsteps, his footsteps initially, and then realized I wasn't meant to be a teacher for my whole life, and then ended up going to law school. But it's helped me because I'm able to help people as a teacher. It was my goal to help kids and families. As an attorney, it's really the same goal, and it allows me to use my skills and intellect differently. You know, I just am drawn to the fight and having a job that's active. I drove a forklift for a while, 23 years ago, something like that, for a seed company. And I remember when I worked then thinking that for the first few weeks, oh, this is nice, because I went home without work to do, essentially, right? You don't take the forklift home with you. But over time, I realized that I want to do something where I do take home with me, work home with me. And you know how it is, Mark. I mean, we never stop thinking. We're driving, you're in line at an amusement park and thinking about some strategy, or you observe something and you get an idea. You know what? I can use that strategy with this witness at trial, and having that type of purpose in life, it's great. I mean, I love the profession of law. I know attorneys were often the butt of jokes, and sometimes we deserve that. A few times we don't, but I love attorneys, and the respect that the profession has, that we have for each other, and that we're all working, even our opponents, they are working to make society better. And that's something I'm very proud of.
Jamison, what is your favorite part of being an attorney?
My favorite part of being an attorney, I would say it's when I get up in the morning and I have something to do. I have there's something important I need to accomplish. Somebody needs something from me, and that really is important, because when you have a job that you don't like, or a career you don't like, it just affects every aspect of your life. It affects your friendships, your marriage, your relationship with your kids, everything. And so knowing that, and then that there's always something important to do that day, and that's very valuable to me.
Jamison, what is your ideal vacation?
Well, I'd say it's probably ones that we've done. We tend to combine amusement parks with history and nature. We've done that several times, and didn't even realize it until recently that when I plan a vacation, I get excited planning vacations and putting something in that's a favorite for each of my kids and my wife. But we tend to do that. Last year we went to Minnesota and Iowa. The kids are very excited and have wanted to go, for a while. But we went up and saw where the Mississippi River begins. We went to 2 different theme parks, the Mall of America theme park, and then swung down through Iowa to hit Adventureland, which has a few cool roller coasters that my daughter adores. So I think if you can combine those type of things, and I know that everybody in my family has something that they love, and then I always throw in something that's an element of history, a museum or something along those lines. Then I think it's a great vacation. Everybody got something they loved, and we all spent time together.
I feel like if we were at the Magic Kingdom, I'd be like, hey, let's go to the Dwarf Mine Train. And you'd be like, no, I want to go to the Hall of Presidents. We might have to split up if we went that way. Just keeping that in mind, this history and amusement park. What a combination that is. That's just a teacher and a lawyer married together like that. I love it. Jamison, we are so excited to have you with us. And anyone has any questions, anyone wants to send a message to us, just reach out. Jamison is super nice, easy to talk to. That's it. You have a great day. Thanks for joining us, Jamison.
Thank you, Mark, and thanks for everybody for watching.